when Brian Nichols was presented before the Fulton County Courthouse in Atlanta, Georgia for his trial for sexual assault on March 11, 2005, the authorities knew little about his secret plan to cause terror in the courtroom. But in his desperate bid for freedom, Nichols escaped from custody and went on a killing spree that left the whole city in terror. Police would quickly launch a serious manhunt in the entire Atlanta and managed to get hold of him a day later. Nichols was charged with 54 crimes he committed during his short-lived freedom. On November 7, 2008, Nichols was found guilty on all charges. Join me on this journey as we delve into the harrowing story that redefined courthouse security forever. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to never miss an update whenever we post. So let's get started with the video. Brian Gene Nichols was born in a middle-class family in Baltimore, Maryland on December 10, 1971, but not much is known about his early life. Nichols graduated from Cardinal Gibbons School in Baltimore, Maryland in 1989. He then proceeded to Kutztown University in Pennsylvania from 1989 to 1990, where he showcased his talent as a linebacker on the football team. In 1992, he joined Newberry SCHOOL but dropped out in 1993. But one thing that made Nichols be admired among his peers as one not to mess around with was his massive body build and martial arts skills. However, it seemed this domineering body turned Nichols into a bad boy, as court documents reveal that he had a troubled past. While at the university and Newberry College back in the early 90s, Nichols was charged with various petty offenses, which were later dropped. Yet, despite his troubled background, he managed to find success as a computer engineer, working for various tech and logistic companies and earning a six-figure salary. In fact, Nichols seemed a reformed person and regularly attended church. However, in 2004, life took a dark turn after a breakup and a series of confrontations with his then-girlfriend Sonia Meredith after discovering that Sonia was dating Chris Rowell, a minister at their church. On August 19, 2004, Nichols' actions escalated, and he went straight into his ex-girlfriend's apartment and raped her. Nichols was arrested and held without bail, marking the beginning of another journey of his relentless battle with the legal system. On February 21, 2005, Judge Roland Barnes charged Nichols with rape, aggravated assault and intent to rape, burglary, aggravated sodomy, false imprisonment, and possession of a firearm. As his trial unfolded, tensions rose as he sent warning through his relatives of the possibility of escaping, but sadly the warnings were dismissed and the unexpected began to take root. Imagine, just 2 days before the unspeakable crime spree, a crucial detail was uncovered. Deputies escorting Nichols from the courthouse to his jail cell discovered sharp shanks concealed in his shoes. Makeshift jailhouse weapons crafted from metal, possibly snatched from door hinge. This should have been a clear sign to the deputies that Nichols was plotting something evil, but then again they ignored this serious warning, probably because of the way Nichols appeared funny to the level of even mocking prosecutors Gail Abramson and Ash Joshi. His chilling words reverberated through the courtroom. "You're doing a much better job this time," a cryptic admission that something was amiss in the trial. The cat-and-mouse game escalated, drawing the attention of Judge Barnes, who demanded additional security measures, an order that seemed to have been ignored again. With the prosecution about to call his final witness, tensions reached a boiling point. The jury's deliberations loomed, and Nichols faced life imprisonment if convicted. The courtroom atmosphere was electric, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. But then chaos erupted. Deputy Cynthia Hall, entrusted with Nichols' custody, became a victim of his brutal attack. This pivotal moment unlocked the nightmare. Nichols overpowered Deputy Hall, seized her gun belt, and set off a chain of events that would forever scar Atlanta's history. In the blink of an eye, the lives of many were forever altered. Judge Roland Barnes, presiding over his case, fell victim to Nichols' merciless bullet. Court reporter Julie Brando was caught in the crossfire. Sergeant Grantley White, the court's bailiff who tried to intervene, was disarmed and forced into a bathroom. Panic and terror gripped the courtroom as Nichols unleashed his reign of terror. After accomplishing his well-planned mission, he fled the courthouse. But as he was escaping, Sergeant Teasley, who was pursuing him, was unlucky to also fall victim to his inhumane terror. By the time he was out on the street, about 4 victims of his terror had died on arrival at Grady Memorial Hospital due to bleeding from gunshot wounds. Following Nichols' escape, authorities launched a massive citywide manhunt. The streets of Atlanta transformed into a battlefield as officers, helicopters, and even off-duty police joined the search. As law enforcement scrambled to capture him, the city went into a lockdown. Thousands of officers sourced the streets and airwaves for any trace of the elusive fugitive. Nichols' image was broadcast in America's Most Wanted, and a bounty was placed on him. As Nichols remained on escape, Atlanta was gripped by a sense of unease. The manhunt was in full swing. Nichols, on the other hand, went on to carjack several vehicles to avoid being noticed by the officers who were trailing him. But as the chaos continued to rock the entire Atlanta city, a glimmer of hope emerged. Nichols' escape took a new turn when he kidnapped Ashley Smith, taking her hostage in her own apartment for several hours. In an unlikely twist, Smith's actions began to change the trajectory of the story. Through shared stories from the book The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren, Faith and Compassion, Smith connected with Nichols in ways that no one could have anticipated. This saw Nichols open up even more to Smith about his life and past experiences. Her courage and her faith became a beacon of light in the darkness as she managed to convince Nichols to release her. But before Nichols could leave, Smith advised him to surrender to the police, and when he was out of sight, Smith felt a sigh of relief and immediately dialed 911 to report the incident. But it seems Nichols had sensed danger, and so he simply surrendered to the police and was arrested, bringing to an end his short-lived reign of terror. Smith could not believe that she was spared by Nichols. Smith was rewarded for her brave actions, receiving a total of $70,000 as reward money, which came from various sources. Upon surrendering to the authorities, Nichols confessed to his crimes in a 3.5-hour statement, which he made to the police on video without any lawyer. In confession, he noted that he was a soldier on a mission of revenge against a judicial system he believed was biased against African Americans. His chilling account unveils a calculated plan, attacking a female deputy, stealing her weapon, and crossing sky bridges to hunt down the judge in his rape case. He admits to firing the fatal shots that silenced Judge Barnes and court reporter Brando. He detailed a shocking escape, a trail of chaos, and the ultimate surrender. As Nichols was brought to justice, his trial was a pivotal moment. The courtroom was consumed by the shocking details of his crimes and the psychological profile that emerged. Nichols' confession, laden with delusions and twisted beliefs, painted a disturbing picture of a mind unraveling. The defense pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, painting a portrait of a man unhinged by his past. But the court was able to find him sane enough to stand trial. After intense deliberations, on November 7, 2008, the jury found Nichols guilty on all 54 counts of crime, including murder, kidnapping, robbery, aggravated assault on police officers, battery, theft, carjacking, rape, and escape. Nichols was subsequently sentenced to life in prison. The aftermath of Nichols' rampage was felt deeply by the victims' families, the city of Atlanta, and the justice system itself. The incident prompted a review of courthouse security measures and staffing, revealing systemic vulnerabilities that needed urgent attention. The legacy of this tragedy extends beyond the courtroom, sparking discussions on mental health, criminal justice reform, and the profound impact of one man's desperate act. As the years roll by, the Nichols case continues to haunt the minds of Atlantans. 17 years on, the wounds are still fresh. The memories of those terrifying 26 hours remain etched in the collective consciousness. So there you have it, guys, the horrendous criminal life of Brian Nichols. And as you've seen, Nichols was a man on a mission to stop what he thought was an injustice to the black community by the legal system. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more intriguing content like this. Thank you for watching.